Oh, babe. I'm trying to be cute and sexy and drinking tea at night, but this tea is way too hot. All right, hi, my name is Peter, and I like to talk about a lot of things. And today I'm talking about the infamous. At this point, she's infamous because every time she pops up is for something weird. Like she's not, ugh. And the thing, okay, anyway, let's get into it. Before we get into it, I want y'all to acknowledge my pink hat thing, which is matching perfectly with the book that I'm reading right now. By the way, I'm thinking of doing, like, I know no one's really interested in this, but like, I'm really getting into reading these days. So I'm thinking of like wrapping up the books that I read and just talking about them. Whoever cares about them will look, and if you don't, you can just move on to the next video, right? Right. Okay, so today I'm talking about Prof Mamokgethi Phakeng and how she has just been grating my tits for the past few moments of life, because honestly, when is she not being weird? Okay, so this, if you do not know, Prof Mamokgethi Phakeng is a professor and a vice chancellor at UCT. I think she's a vice chancellor. If she's not, she's not, but I think that's what she is. And she's always on the Twitter street. She is very, very active on Twitter, which is not a bad thing, but we will very clearly see that it is the reason why she is in the situation that she is right now, because she just doesn't know when to stop tweeting. She's just, this is her all the time. She's always there. And I'm like, when are you vice chancelloring? And I mean, listen, let me not get nasty. Anyway, so what happened is, the thing I'm going to be talking about today is the nail saga, right? I'm talking about the nail stuff. And all of this begun when a Twitter user by the name Yummy Dish Lebu tweeted, and I'm going to read the tweet verbatim because I have the screenshots, I got the receipts, I'm going to put them up here. She says, "Hi, please support my small business, nails 200 Rand. Please retweet or book. I have open slots for the weekend. I'm based in Mamelodi." Okay. Hashtag Girl Talk Zede, Mihlali, Musa, Annie, Tubaba, Arthur Fraser, Reese, Sundowns. Where I'm trying to read to see if Mamokgethi is written anywhere there. It's not. Okay. Nowhere in the tweet is Yummy Dish Lebu mentioning Prof Mamokgethi. Nowhere is she saying, Prof Mamokgethi, please retweet. Okay. This is Yummy Dish Label is just saying, hey girls, for the girls that like nails, I got nails. For 200 Rand, please book with me, right? Simple. Then Prof Mamokgethi comes in and says, so these nails cost 200 Rand. I am now setting up an automatic 200 Rand monthly deposit to @AdoptAlearner. So she adds AdoptAlearner, which is my foundation that supports students who completed matric in township and rural schools to acquire higher education. This is a much better way to spend my money. Y'all saw how there was nowhere where she told where Yummy Dish Lebu said, do not use that money for anything else but nails. She just said, I have a nail business. Please support it if you like putting on nails. Prof said, hold up. I got my own little promo that I want to do. Why are you promoting your charity under this tweet? Well, not under it, but under code tweeting. Why are you using someone else's opportunity for business as your way of promoting what is a good thing. I mean, it's great that you're helping kids who have completed matric and are in need of funding for a higher education, but why is this your way? And she says, I am now setting up an automatic 200 Rand monthly deposit. So essentially, you were not doing that. So you waited for this girl to have a nail business that you deem as unworthy. You waited for that to be able. Sorry, I was just charging my laptop. You waited for that to be able to actually finally set up a debit order, stop order thing. I don't know what it's called. Debit order, right? You can do both at the same time. You can do both at the same time. You do not need to only support your business or Yummy Dish Label's business. You can do both at the same time. But also, you could support your own business, because this is, I mean, it's not a business, your own charity. You can support your foundation on its own quietly. You don't even need to be quiet. Actually, you can tweet about it, which she does. I looked up the previous tweets. She does tweet about it multiple times. So, but why did you need to tweet about it here? This is highly inappropriate. Highly. Okay? Anyway. So what happens is people reply to this quote tweet and are like, hey, this is weird. Why are you even doing this? Then she comes up with a second tweet and she says, point of clarity. I support small businesses, but I'll never support spending money on alcohol, artificial nails, weed, especially when one does not have excess cash. Call me what you like, but I will not be spending my hard-earned cash on this stuff. I'd rather donate it to charity. Again, who said you can't do both? 1. 2, I have no idea why you're mentioning artificial nails, weed, and alcohol in the same sentence. One is cosmetic, one is narcotics, one is alcohol. Where? And if you want to say these are all frivolous stuff, there are plenty things that Prof Mamokgethi does that are frivolous. I don't need to check up on this fact. I just know it's true because that's human beings. In the society that we live in, there are many things that we do that are frivolous and not needs, but more so wants. We all have those. So she has them too. Then someone replies to a tweet and says, rest my sister, you're speaking from a point of privilege. She responds back and says, my dad died of alcohol abuse. I won't be supporting such a business. Again. Nails? I don't have a bottle. Imagine this is beer, okay? Nails, alcohol. Not the same thing. Can someone die of putting too much artificial nails? Of going to the nail salon too many times? Can someone die of that? Can someone die from the acid? I'm not even trying to be insensitive about what happened to her father because I know alcohol abuse intimately. So I know what that looks like. And even personally, I have taken the stance of not drinking alcohol because I've seen that. However, I'm not going to taverns or bottle stores going like, hey, please do not buy this Savannah. Please put down the Heineken and take your money. Let's go buy books. Come with me. Let's go to Bargain Books so you can buy a Bell Hooks book. Read some feminist theory. I'm not doing that because that is demented. That is weird. You're weird. Prof Mamokgethi, you're weird. And I knew you've been weird when you posted that picture at the MacG podcast studios. Because one thing that will always happen, if you sit and you play with the clowns, you will be a clown. Clownery will follow you. I knew you were weird when you did that. I knew you were weird when you did that. And we told you that that man is weird. That man is misogynistic, sexist, transphobic, and homophobic. We told you all this in the tweets. I remember I was there. I saw it when you posted that picture. And we were there in your tweet telling you, hey, please don't support this man. He is problematic. You said, not with my daughter. You said, you will not tell me what to do with my daughter. Now look at you. Now look at what you're doing. Now look at how you're acting in public. You're embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This continues. She says, someone says in another tweet, Mara o reka makeup, which if you don't speak Sesotho, that means you buy makeup. And she goes on to say, yes, with my excess cash, it is mine, and I never complain to anyone what I lack and ask them to pay stuff for me. Anyone can do whatever they like with their excess cash, but they must never ask me to pay for their basics. Everyone has a right to spend their money the way they want. I mean, if you believe that, you wouldn't have tweeted what you tweeted, talk about this is a better way to spend your money. Talk about everyone has a right to say. You wouldn't have tweeted the first tweet that got us here if that was the case. Number one. Number two, who said that the people that are supporting Yummy Dish label do not have excess cash? Because you said, this is what I do. I think this is a much better way of spending your money. So what you were doing is you were trying to convince the other people to not spend their money on Young Lebu Dish's business. You were trying to say, hey, bring that money over here and support children. And now all of a sudden, you're talking about everyone has a right to do what they want with their excess cash. Clownery. I told you, you support a clown? I want to quickly talk about when she posted that MacG because I'm someone who likes receipts. I'm gonna put the receipts on the screen because I don't want people to talk about I'm lying. I want to quickly talk about it. She tweeted, we need to address this toxic cancel culture. It is utterly destructive and shatters the aspirations of many young people. You can't tell me you can cancel another person in good faith. It takes utter depravity to demand the fall of a young person trying to make it out there. So what she's saying is when MacG is dead naming people, when MacG is defaming people, when MacG is shaming people and making fun of people, that we should just sit there and say nothing. That we should sit there maybe and just say, hey, MacG, please don't do that. Please don't do that. But we shouldn't cancel him. First of all, no one has ever canceled MacG. Have you seen his views? He's literally the biggest podcaster, the biggest anything in South Africa, honestly. As far as YouTube channels go, I think that he has the biggest one in South Africa. So no one has canceled him and no one is going to cancel him right now anyway. What we're saying is what he's doing is wrong and we won't support it. That's not canceling him. That's canceling him from our lives. That's removing him from our lives. That's the toxic energy being removed because we don't want to do clownery shit like you're doing right now. Then so this was the thread, right? She's like, no one is born woke. Young people are bound to I think to make errors. I don't know what that is. If you mean well, educate instead of canceling. Everyone makes mistakes, even the cancel brigade. That's us. It is part of life and growth. Just because your mistakes are not public, it does not mean you do not make them. Mac G, Unleashed, and Soul Penduka have the best interviews ever done in this country. Girl, I wouldn't know because I don't watch that man, okay? I saw enough. I saw the bad and I said, let me pack my stuff and go. So I don't know. She says they employ young people and inspire even more. You expect me to overlook all positive things and cancel them just because Twitter says so? Count me out. I will not be party to that. No amount of insults and bullying will force me to hate on young people trying to make a difference and disrupting the status quo. I'd rather educate them 10 times. They are very open and willing to learn. If this makes me a villain, so be it. This does not make you a villain. This makes you stupid. This makes you an accomplice to a villain because the real villain here is Mac G. You're not a villain, baby. Now, I'm sorry. I did respect you at some point in my life, but I can't respect a clown. You're not a villain. You're not a villain. You're just close to one. You're not a villain. Mac G is the villain. You're just an accomplice. Because the thing about Mac G is he does not choose who he's problematic to. Very soon, he will reveal himself to you. And you're gonna remove yourself then, but I will definitely be there to tell you so, to say I told you so. And she says something like, educate instead of canceling. Everyone makes mistakes. We tried educating you. We told you this man is bad. We told you, don't go over there, Ma. And you said, no, I don't care. That's what you said. We tried to educate Mac G and told him, hey, please stop doing this. He said, I don't care. So what are we supposed to do? When we say, hey, don't do this. This is problematic. This is hurtful. This is violent. Do not do this. And the person says, I don't care. Switch off. I don't care. I'm not changing. Like, what I said was a joke. Y'all too sensitive. I'm not changing it. What are we supposed to do? And finally, she said, she was replying to someone else. She said, exactly. If they don't like the podcast, they must not watch it. It's as simple as that. It's my phone, my data, my YouTube. And you want the content I watch to be your choice? Not in a million years. If you, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you choose to stay in clownery shit, the clown comes back to bite. Monique taught us this.
See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
And maybe the clown won't bite right now. Maybe it'll be a few years, a few decades even. I don't know. I'm not working on that department. Maybe it's gonna take some time, but the time will come. And when it does, because the one thing I'm praying on is the downfall and the demise. I'm not praying, but I'm waiting on the downfall of Mac G. Yeah, call me hater. Call me hateful because I am. I am waiting for the downfall of that man. And when that happens, I'll be here to talk about it. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I'm kind of heated. My tea is cold. All because I was talking about some clowns. I will be making more videos. I haven't made videos in months and months and months. If you like this content, subscribe, whatever, like, comment, do all that, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.